Hi there. For some, you might be wondering, who am I? You may have seen my hands, or in certain cases, you might have heard my voice, um, or that person that was running away when Fatima tried to catch him on the camera. And then whenever Fatima did, I'd call it drive-alongs. The person who was driving the car was me. I'm Renfred. I was Fatima's partner for plus minus 15 years. I was with Fatima when there was no Fatima Sydow Cooks. There was no YouTube videos. There was no catering. There was no cooking classes. There was no radio interviews. There was none of it. So I kind of, amongst other people, walked that journey with Fatima from the beginning to when it became Fatima Sydow Cooks. Why am I doing this video? Nobody asked me to do it. This wasn't a requirement for me to do it. I could have remained silent. But I wanted to do it because I wanted to say thank you to you guys, Fatima's followers, the people on social media, the people from all parts of the world that would send Fatima messages, that would acknowledge Fatima, that invited Fatima into their homes via YouTube, and being prepared to listen to Fatima while she sat or she cooked in her favorite place, which was the kitchen. I'm using this opportunity to say thank you to you guys, because like I say, I was at the beginning there with her when she had 5 people following her on Facebook. I was there, and that grew into something pretty amazing. So the way I want to do this, and I hope it makes sense, I want to speak about, I just want to give 4 examples that I think you guys would be familiar with, or you may not, but kind of explains Fatima, and the way I looked at Fatima through these examples. So I hope it makes sense to you. So okay, here's one memory from my side. Timelines I might get wrong, and if Fatima was here now, in the background she'd be going. But this really did happen because I was there. The first example I want to speak about is the 4-leaf clover. So if you are one of the few that were an original follower of Fatima, possibly one of those 5, you would know the story. So Fatima worked, when I met her, she worked at the Jan Burger Sports Complex, and she was in a team of 4. I'm not going to try to remember to say the names, because I'm going to get it wrong and I'm going to miss out on somebody's name, and that's wrong. So I'm just going to say a team of 4, but you know who you are, and you know how special you were to Fatima. So when she had a lunch break, she would go out, and it's a sports centrum, so there's soccer fields, there's rugby fields, there's a running track, everything. And what I remember, they had embankments, so Fatima would go sit on the specific embankment, and she would plug in a phone and she would listen to music. Those old Nokias, I remember it was green, that thin Nokia, flat, very thin. And at that time she had joined Facebook, and that was also the time, listening to the music, that she met Ricardo. And I'm not going to go explain who Ricardo was, because I think most of you know, because Fatima spoke very fondly of him. Ricardo's also no longer with us. So she would be sitting on this embankment and listening to music, and then she noticed that there were certain types of plants on the embankment. And then she realized, oh, but I'm going to look for a four-leaf clover. And that's what Fatima did. And then at the same time, I'd be at work, and then the evening I'd come through to Paddo to see Fatima. And then each day she would say, I never found anything. One day became 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, possibly a week. And then one day while I was at work, Fatima messaged me and said, I found it. I found a four-leaf clover. And then the evening when I came through to see her in Paddo, because she was living in Paddo at the moment. She was renting a place. Johan, he was the landlord. And I came through, and Fatima was so excited, and she pulled me through, and she pulled me to the kitchen, and on the kitchen table, on a piece of toilet paper, was the four-leaf clover. And like I say, she would have posted this on Facebook. So those of you, and I believe you are still there, from the original group that started to follow Fatima, will remember the story. She was so excited and so proud of the fact that she found a four-leaf clover. The next day she went to work, but she forgot. She left the four-leaf clover on the kitchen table on the toilet paper. So in this rooms that was rented, she was in the back room. There was a family in front of her. There was another family. I think there was 3 or possibly 4 people that were renting. So the lady would come in and clean the room. And the lady saw the toilet paper on the counter and took the toilet paper and threw it away. When Fatima came home, four-leaf clover was gone. What do you think Fatima did? Fatima being Fatima. Next day, went to go look for a four-leaf clover again. I think this time it took longer, but eventually she found the four-leaf clover. And she wrapped it up very nicely now, put it in a box, and put it away. And then, like I said, the evening when I came through, she said, I found a four-leaf clover again. So I'd like to share something with you. I hope you can see. This is the four-leaf clover. The second four-leaf clover that Fatima found. It's still in the original box that she put it in. And the toweling paper she had. What that tells me about Fatima's determination, and if she was here, she would tell you, make beautiful memories, and keep those beautiful memories, and cherish those beautiful memories. Another thing I want to share with you is, before moving to Paddo, she lived in Hazendal with her bestie, Robin. You have met Robin on the lives and functions that happened here and functions that happened with her family. And she was renting a room there. It was herself, Robin, and Naima. The first day when I went to visit Fatima in Hazendal, I didn't know what to take with, because I think that you need to take something with. It's the first time I'm going there. So I kind of realized logically you should take something like a chocolate, a sweet or something. So I took a chocolate. I gave it to Fatima when I arrived, and we sat and we spoke. And Fatima, I don't think she ate the chocolate at that moment, but when I left, she shared it with everybody, with Robin, Naima. She would have done that, and then she did something. This is the wrapper of that chocolate. 15 years ago. Fatima always said, she knew. She knew. and she kept it. This is the wrapper of the original chocolate I gave to Fatima. Sorry about that. But let me keep going, otherwise if I stop now, I'm going to stop. A person that, and I say a person, not somebody, a person, because that's the way Fatima regarded him as. It was very important in Fatima's life, was Sunny Boy. And I'm just going to share one story, Sunny Boy, with you, because there's many. You might know this one, you might not. Sunny we would always buy toys for Sunny. So I'd buy a toy, Fatima would buy a toy, or even fans would drop off a toy, or family would give a toy for Sunny. Fatima named each toy. And here's an example. This is chicken, because it's a chicken. This is yellow hedgehog. It's a yellow hedgehog. This is burger. It's a burger. This is broken white Polly. It's a broken white Polly. Sunny's favorite toy. Yeah. The reason I'm telling you about Sunny's toys is that I mentioned the names now, and the names describes basically what it is. But whenever we got a new toy, what Fatima would do, Fatima for the whole day would play with Sunny with that toy and call it by name. So for example, taking burger, she would play with Sunny while I'm at work, and whole day she'd play with him, calling it burger, 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 burger. And then eventually in the evening I'd come home, and Fatima, no matter what she's doing, if she was busy by the kitchen, if she was, whatever she was doing, Fatima would stop and she said, I need to show you something. And then she'd take me into the room, and in the room there's a big container with all of Sunny's toys, which I think is about 20. And she said, watch this. And then she'd take burger, she'd put burger in that container, mix it up, and she'd tell Sunny, go fetch burger. Sunny would go into the container, go through all the toys, and he'd pull out burger. And then she said, can I show you something else? And she'd tell him to drop burger, and she'd say, go fetch chicken. And Sunny would for chicken, and would ruffle, go through amongst all the other toys, and he'd pull out chicken. I think for me that explains Fatima in a nutshell. The patience, discipline, and the super intelligence. There's one more that I'd like to show you, and this one you're all familiar with, slopies. I just want to tell you the story behind slopies. We were sitting once, and I can't recall where. I know we were on the bed and we were sitting there watching something, and then Fatima either needed to go to the bathroom, or she needed to go to the kitchen, or she needed to do something. So she got off the bed, and then my slopies were sitting there, which is, you can see the size of it, it's actually my sandals. And she put my sandals on, and she went and she did whatever she needed to do, and then she came back, and then she said, this sandals are so comfortable. And that's the last time I saw my sandals. And she kept it, and she kept it, even when it broke. She, like, as you could see, she duct taped it, or I duct taped it for her, because it was just so comfortable for Fatima. Yeah, that's like the four memories with examples that I think you'd kind of be familiar with, and I just wanted to bring those four up again. But I've got a little more for me to say. But thank you for listening, and I'll get back to you now. Like I say, the reason for this video was to tell you guys thank you. I've said thank you to the doctors, I've said thank you to the hospital staff, I've said thank you to friends, family, I've said thank you, and I would just like the opportunity to say thank you to you guys, to the supporters out there that supported Fatima from the day of the 4-leaf clover up until the last. All over the world. Just thank you. This is from my side. Somebody that's been with Fatima, like I said, before there was none of this. Before there was none of the YouTube, none of all of those things. Thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. For being there for Fatima. Good times, bad times. And for always supporting Fatima. Always. Because I'd come home and Fatima would say, she got this most beautiful comment. That her words or just being able to watch her on YouTube lifted somebody's day or improved somebody's day. That person was going through such a lot. And just seeing Fatima smile helped him through the day. And I can understand that. I can really understand. While I'm saying thank you such a lot, I don't want to mention specific names, but there's 2 other names I will mention later that I really want to. And here's one that I'm kind of trying to soften the mood. You'll hear me say thank you quite a lot. I say it 1 time, I say it 2 times, I say it 3 times, 4 times, even more. And even Fatima would tell me that's enough now. But there's a reason I do it. And there is somebody, yes, that's you, Suleiman, that always asks me why I say it so many times. So here's why. 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 1,000 times. There's never enough for me to express the gratitude I feel. One time is never enough. So please forgive me if I tell you 1 time, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, still not enough. But I will never leave it at 1. So Suleiman, that's the reason why I do that. The most important thing to Fatima, has always been the most important thing to her as a family. And she loved you guys a lot. From the siblings, to the siblings' kids, to the siblings' kids, in certain cases to the siblings' kids, and their spouses. She loved you guys. And from her side, the last 3 months, thank you. Thank you so much. I know I've said it before, but like I said previously, it's never enough. I will continue to say thank you. And all the thank yous I say will never be enough. And here I want to single out 2 people, if I may. During the last weeks, months, of Fatima's life, 2 people were there for her and for me in the biggest way possible. One of them was her elder sister, Nadia. Thank you so much. And the second person is Basila, who is Kulsum, who is Fatima's younger sister's eldest daughter. She looked after her aunt. She went beyond what was expected and went beyond that. I'd like to use this opportunity to say thank you. Thank you so much. So where a family is concerned, I don't want to go through all the names because I can guarantee you I'm going to miss a name. So what I'm going to do is say it in this manner. Thank you to Nadia and Zain and all their kids and all their spouses. Thank you. To Ajira, Hata, and her kids and their spouses. Thank you so much. Thank you. To Ibrahim and his wife Fatima and all their kids and their spouses. Thank you so much. To Khaja and Yasin, to their kids, their significant others, thank you so much, because you were all here. And then to Kulsum, thank you. And to your kids and their significant others. I'd like to mention Wasila's husband, Yasin. Thank you. Thank you so much. And then finally, to Fatima's father, Mr. Sydow, Paul. Thank you. Thank you for everything. I don't know how much Fatima ever told you whenever she would speak about Mr. Sydow. I'd always look at Fatima and I would say, you wouldn't believe how much I admire and respect your dad. And she would just sit there and smile. And I want to share this with you and with everybody. My dad is he's tough, he's old school. But Fatima told me, the one time, whenever you'd see the walls would break down and softness would come through, as when he spoke about Mr. Sydow. And when he speaks about Mr. Sydow, I'd just like you to know that. Yeah, I've been talking for a lot now, for a long time. Yeah, thank you for bearing with me. I think this video started out with me wanting to thank all the followers of Fatima. I think I did that, and it also progressed to me thanking the family. To end this off, I just wanted to share some personal things that there's many, but I'll share two with you that really only me and Fatima would know. Fatima always used to have this discussion where she would rank me and Sunny. I'll explain that now. So it would be 1, it would be 2, and then depending on what I did, if I did something bad or something, I would always be relegated to 2. I would always sit with 2, and Sunny would always be at number 1. Strangely enough, Sunny never ever did anything bad. And then if Fatima was speaking to somebody of a family, and then I'd be complaining in the background, and then Fatima would explain to them, no, it's because I ranked Renfred 2, and Fatima was number 1, and he can't understand why Sunny's ahead of him. There was one moment where I complained again that how come I number 2 and Sunny's again number 1, and she turned and she smiled and she looked at me with a smile that you're so all familiar with, and said, you know. You know. That's the one. And then in 15 years, right, Fatima had this thing of asking me, what is your favorite thing about me? Now you can imagine over 15 years, I've given many answers. And Fatima would pick up if I repeated something, if I was lazy and I didn't want to say anything, and it would upset her. The last one, when she asked me that question, I'll share my answer with you. When she asked me, what's your favorite thing about me? I said, that you never gave up on me. She never did. Thank you for this opportunity. I didn't want to speak about me. It wasn't about me. It's not about me. Thank you for supporting Fatima. Thank you for being there through thick and thin. Thank you for speaking to Fatima honestly. Thank you for being so supportive of her. Thank you for inviting her into your arms. That meant the world too. For me, it's going to be tough. It's one hell of a woman. Very special lady. Very different. But I think that's what made her so special. I will try to keep on smiling. I will try. Those that know me know, they know I don't smile a lot. And I'll tell you why I say that. It's the fact that for all I've done, I think that made Fatima the happiest. Was when I smiled. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I had to do this. That wouldn't be the same. But Sunny. Thank you. And yes, that was Chika's bags in the background. Fatima's favorite thing to do.